Now, people who are watching can see this,
yeah.
but people who are listening can't, so I've got to describe it to them. We have 2 stacks of Bibles here. Mine's taller. It's not a competition.
No.
So, Father Bonaventure, why don't you tell us a little bit about one of the Bibles in your stack? Like, what is in your stack, and then pick one of them up and, kind of play around with it a bit.
Sure,
Tell
absolutely.
us what's in it.
So the first one is the Diary of St. Faustina.
Not a Bible.
I know, but it is really good. But okay, so we'll just note.
So we'll put that down.
We'll put that one down.
I'll let viewers know also that we have on the bookshelf behind us, right, the Summa Theologiae, and there is a saying among the Dominicans that the Bible is the italicized parts of the Summa.
And you know what? Yeah.
So
and you know what's next to the Summa Theologiae here?
The Catechism.
No, well, kind of. It's
another copy.
Immanuel Kant's Critique of Der Reinen Vernunft. So the Critique of Pure Reason is here.
The Critique of Pure Reason? What are you doing there?
Yeah, there he is. There he is, fellow. Look at him.
Perfect.
Okay, if I got to pick one, darn, let's do this. The Augustine, so I have here, this is a nice, it feels good too. This is the Augustine Bible. So St. Augustine wrote this Bible. No, it's from the Augustine Institute. It's the English Standard Version Catholic Edition, so CE. That's the Catholic edition of this. The English Standard Version is a great-great-grandchild of the KJV. So the KJV, or the authorized ASV version, then gets the RSV, which is a base text for a lot of the Ignatius Bibles, you'll notice. And then it gets updated with the ESV. So this happened in the 2000s, I think, when the English Standard Version came out, which is an update of the RSV, which is an update of the KJV. And it's a nice, crisp text. I love the ESV because it's literal, so you know you're getting, but it does make the kind of meaning moves that it has to so that you're not just stuck in the structure. But so it sounds very crisp and it sounds sharp, and I find it very faithful. It's in any time I've checked translations on it, of course, it's gotten as best it can, and I think it's a very readable text because the RSV was meant to be read. So it's a text meant to be read out loud. So it's not only a text that you can read and for just kind of silent reading, but you can actually it's beautiful. So this is the Augustine Bible, and this is actually the official text, I think, of the Church of India. This is their liturgical text. They accepted this as the ESV Standard Edition as their liturgical text. We use the Neighbor.
Right. Well, so that's actually mine. A great transition because the Bible that I was going to show off, I've got a few in my stack here, including the Ignatius Catholic Study Bible. There it is. That edition is the New Testament.
How
but the
big
whole
is the whole one?
I know exactly. It must be multiple volumes, but we'll see. We got to
pre-order.
Maybe. Yeah. This is I dressed it up for us a little bit to make it more presentable because it's such a disaster. This is a well-loved Bible. This is the Bible that I used in class when we were students here because it was Rebecca. Our professors here at the House of Studies all made similar presentations about translations, but it was recommended to us, right, that we study the text that we use in the liturgy.
Yes.
The NABRE now, the New American Bible Revised Edition, which is fondly called Neighbor.
Yeah.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Won't you be my neighbor?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So in the Neighbor, I have all my notes from class here, which is pretty exceptional. You can see that I paid attention and wrote things down.
Let's see what 1 Chronicles 1-9 looks like.
yeah, exactly. That's an empty page. And this is the Gospel of John.
It just has the Word of God in it.
And this is the Gospel of John. So that's a little bit less clean. So I made notes in this Bible with the aim of thinking how these texts were going to be presented in the lectionary. Knowing that I would need to go back to these things for preaching.
That's a nice point for people, too, about writing in Bibles.
Yes.
That you want a Bible to have that you can also... Because, we are not worshipers of a book, right? We are worshipers of a person, the Word of God, who speaks in the words of God and this sort of thing. And so you don't put it in the ground. There are reverence for this thing, so obviously for the Scriptures, the sacred Scriptures, but that it's not sacrilegious to make notes in a Bible.
Right, not at
because
all.
It's a text that you want to... inwardly digest and work over. So it's perfectly fine to be doing those sort of things.
Father Jacob Bertrand.
Father Gregory.
A Dominican, a Franciscan, and a Jesuit walk into a bar. One of them asks the audience to subscribe. That's not a joke. Any ways you can improve upon it?
Just don't tell jokes.
Right. This is not a joke. Please subscribe. Cheers.